Good evening.
Resident Evil!
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off there.
That scared me, honestly. That was scarier than anything that happened in the fucking movie, honestly. But,
Oh, you
yeah.
didn't think this was a horrifying, scary experience?
No, I did not, honestly. I thought it was a lot of cheesy, like, 90s action movie slop, you know? Except this came out after the 90s. It was already done, and they were still fucking the state of this party like 3 years after the fact or whatever, you know?
Well, I did like the opening, but that's about it.
What happened in the opening?
The opening is cool. So some fucker broke into an Umbrella facility and released the T-virus by throwing the vials on the ground and everything. And then the facility goes in lockdown, and all the systems start turning against the people, and like rooms are being flooded. Fucking elevators are being dropped full of people. One bitch gets her head cut off on an elevator. It's awesome.
It's that's what's weird though is that when I was watching it, I was pretty sure like the robot arm that a guy was using like flung the thing across the room, right? It looked like an accident to me. I just got a fucking Windows notification. I'm so sorry about that. But yeah, I thought there was like a robot arm that threw the virus. Maybe I wasn't watching very carefully, but that's
right.
Yeah. But then they reveal it was a guy who tossed it on purpose.
Yeah. Womp womp. A real big mystery there. So how faithful to the Resident Evil games do you think this movie is?
More than most game movies were, especially back then, but less than any game movie from the last like 5 years, I guess. So
yeah, I would say so. But it's like a lot of the lore and background details, right, for the Resident Evil movie.
Yeah, well, like there's a mansion, there are zombies. There's Umbrella facility, They get a lot of the world building and a lot of the specific like enemy types are in it and stuff. But there's none of the absolutely no character from Resident Evil shows up in this like at all. So
no. Well, you didn't see the post-credit scene teasing Leon Kennedy for the next movie?
No, I did not.
Wow.
I only watched. I skipped through the fucking end scene when she's wandering around like Raccoon City and stuff. I skipped that.
Should we rewatch the movie entirely just so we can watch the post-credit scene? That's definitely there, and I'm not lying about it.
No, I don't think so. And, I'm not sure Leon was a huge... Well, he would have been the main character of 2, right? By the time this came out, I guess. Yeah. I don't know. But he wasn't...
In his low poly glory.
Yeah, no, they hadn't made 4 yet, which is the one where everyone cares about him from, so,
Yeah.
And no Chris. No Claire.
No Chris. No Claire.
No, what's her name? The other one?
Jill.
Yeah, no Ashley. Although, I mean, she wouldn't be in this.
No. I hate Ashley.
No Ethan.
So much.
Although there couldn't be because this is 15 years before he was in the game.
15 years before he was invented.
Yeah, no Wesker.
Ethan, my favorite character. Yeah, Wesker.
Wesker shows up later, and I think that's when these movies start getting good, honestly. But
yeah.
Yeah.
Now, viewers of your channel, at least the ones that watch your live streams, may know that we've made this plan to review all the Resident Evil movies while we were playing the Resident Evil 5 game on stream.
Yeah.
We did a whole playthrough for the co-op campaign of Resident Evil 5, and we made a promise to review these Resident Evil movies one day, and today, after a year has passed, we're finally getting to the first one. So I think it's pretty good progress.
I think so too. Yeah, it's pretty good, we did make a plan to review all the Spider-Man movies before this, and then we reviewed one, and then we both watched the second one, and I don't remember what happened. It was probably my fault. Yeah, well, we never got around to it. So
yeah,
well, fuck it, we'll just do Resident Evil instead. That's fine.
Hell yeah! And there's a lot of Resident Evil movies out there, so this will be a series of events, huh?
I'll commit to the first 6, okay? The ones about fucking Alice here, Mila Jovovich's character.
Yeah. Oh, so none of the CGI ones that actually take place in the Resident Evil.
No,
universe?
Those look stupid. Okay.
I don't know.
Probably less stupid than this, but that's not fun.
I heard they're kind of good.
I don't know. maybe.
I had this. I've always had this this thought in my mind. I've always had this impression that early Resident Evil was much more grounded in the games that came before. It was much more like paranormal horror based gameplay. But then this movie is in the very early days of the series, and it's already super wacky, super out there. So I'm wrong about early Resident Evil being more grounded. Maybe it's these movies are responsible for the direction that Resident Evil franchise took forward from here.
Well, I think the first two games are trying to be like real horror experiences, you know, like real scary, real spooky, you know, is the goal.
Mm-hmm.
But this movie doesn't try that at all, really. Maybe
No,
a
not
little.
at all. And maybe like just a little tinfoil hat conspiracy. Maybe the success of these movies is what propelled the Resident Evil franchise into the more action oriented action adventure genre instead of horror. Maybe.
Maybe, I don't know. It's possible. I mean, everyone likes 4 and 5. Well, not 5. Everyone likes 4. 4 is like the best game
Well,
that
we
everyone
like
really
5.
likes. So.
5 is pretty fun.
I like 5. Most
5
people
is
think
great.
5 is stupid. From what I can
think
gather. I don't know if opinions
people-
changed on it, but
More people like 5 than 6 at least.
everyone hates 6. Yeah, because
Even though 6 is like the end game for like the original Resident Evil run.
Yeah, I know it wraps up like all the characters and everything, and no one likes it at all. So
Yeah, no one
they
likes
wrapped
it
up
at
all
all.
of they wrapped up Wesker and Chris in 5. That's fine, you know.
Yeah, sad that they killed off every single main character at the end of Resident Evil 6.
Yeah,
Now, that's why they haven't showed up at all since.
yeah, it's really weird in 8 when that guy shows up and he says his name's Chris, but he's like clearly a different guy. So
Yeah, what characters do you think they're going to bring back for Resident Evil 9? I heard rumors that Leon's going to be the playable character again. If that's true, then I'm very
Probably.
sad. I don't want him to come back. I hate him.
well, he shouldn't be it'll be fucking what's his name's kid, right? It'll be Ethan's little daughter
Oh, yeah,
who's
it's
in the
gonna be
jars.
Ethan's little jar daughter.
Yeah, his fucking jar baby who came back to life and is a
the
super
little
power.
homunculus jar
now.
baby that came alive. Yeah.
Yeah, she's magic now, so she's gonna be the main character or something, right?
Right, yeah. What are her powers? She's like fucking.
don't
She's
know.
a mold creature, right?
she's
Is
a
she
mold beast.
creature like her dad?
I think so. I don't know. There's like DLC for 8, I think, right? Where you play as her.
Yeah, I played through the episode Mia or whatever it was called. No, wait, that's not her name.
No,
Is
I
it-
don't remember.
No, Mia's the wife.
Yeah.
Mia's the wife. I don't know. Rose. Her name is Rose. I
Okay.
played through like the Rose campaign, and I forgot what her powers were. I think she can like, she has like a fucking magic hand or something, and she can like kill people by touching them or whatever.
It looks dumb. Whenever I
Yeah.
see or hear anything about her bullshit, it seems dumb. So
There's
I don't
a cool
engage
fun,
with it.
There's a few cool sequences in that DLC. Like there's like a moment where Ethan shows up and is like I guess Ethan's spirit has been banished to the mold realm, so he's not like dead. He's like alive in the realm, and then like he's like living through the mold dimension. And fucking Rose goes in to see her dad, and
Okay.
a touching moment.
there's something about these people. They can't help themselves making Resident Evil. They can't keep it serious for very long. It just turns into schlock. It just goes
Ethan-
insane.
Ethan's one of my main favorite characters, though. I like him. He's
Yeah.
cool.
That's part of the
Yeah.
charm that it goes off the rails like pretty consistently, I think. So
Right. Yeah, I think Ethan should come back as the main character in 10 as well. Well, this makes me sad because Ethan is basically the only first-person character in the series. So like, I don't think we're gonna do another first-person Resident Evil game if like Ethan's gone.
well,
It's
they can just make the other ones first person, right? They could just have Leon be in first person.
I don't think they'll do that. I think like Ethan is like the designated first person character, and nobody else can be first person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I get back to the movie though. I guess obviously the star is Alice, played by Mila Jovovich, and the rumor that I always heard, or the whole idea is that Paul W.S. Anderson, he married the supermodel, and so he cast this like terrible supermodel who cannot act at all in his movie, you know. But
Right,
apparently, they started dating after making this movie, so that was someone else's choice to make her the lead of this thing. So it's I don't know whose, but it's an odd choice and clearly not a very good one because she's not good in it. I mean, no one's good in it, but she is particularly like she has the same like slightly concerned, kind of confused face with her like mouth open. You can see her teeth, and that's like what she does for most of the movie, and that's about it. So.
Yeah, I think her character literally just exists for sex appeal. Like, the movie opens up with her in a bathtub, and you see her not full front. You see her side view, so you get a bunch of side boob in the start, and then so from her point of view, she's waking up in a creepy fucking weird mansion. She has no memories of what's going on, and the first thing she does is put on a sexy red dress. Okay.
Yeah. Well, that's what's in there.
Yeah, that's her. Yeah. That's her go-to. Just so there had to be some other clothes in there, but nope, a red dress. That's what I'm putting on.
Yeah, I don't know. The only smart moment that I liked at the start of this was when she tried her handwriting against the handwriting on the note to see if that was her who wrote it. Which that's like a smart idea at least. I don't know what she would achieve by knowing that she wrote that note down, but you know.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think this character only exists with sex appeal. I don't like her. She's annoying. She can't act well, and the whole amnesia plotline has been done a million times before, and I don't care about it.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, it happens. You got to have a character who doesn't know who or where they are. I guess why not?
Right. And then she has a husband apparently, and the husband also has amnesia, and they don't know each other, and there's a whole throughout the movie, she keeps having flashbacks to a meeting about a certain T virus. Ooh, you know what that's about?
Did they explain why the mansion leads to this underground facility? Do they like live there together, or?
I was like so out of it by the time I was nearing the end.
Yeah.
I just think it is just because.
The first game had a mansion, so they got to be in a mansion.
Game had a mansion. Mansion that is connected to a facility. So true. They should remake Resident Evil 1, but in the style of the 2 and 3 and 4 remakes.
They could do that, but I don't know. I don't know if they'll bother.
Make it an actually good game. Yeah, I would make. Because the OG Resident Evil games are not good at all. I don't like them. I like the remake style games where it's over the shoulder shit.
Yeah, I mean, I can't get into those fucking like fixed camera stuff. I just can't do it. They just control so weird, and it's not fun. So.
Yep, it's not fun. The control is weird. It's ugly. Yeah, don't like it. Nope.
Yeah, but you know, that's just how they were at the time. So that's how they'll be forever until they remake them. Which
right, but obviously you can't hold old games that are objectively bad by today's standards accountable for being bad, or else you're a zoomer. You're a dumb zoomer who only likes to hack slop new stuff. You know.
See, this is my point for the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise. Exactly right. Is that regardless of how good they were for the time, they're still not fun to play. You know.
Oh, shut up, you big fat word I can't say.
What a word. Oh my god.
Nothing. Okay. Oh wow. No. Okay, you like Super Mario 64? That's like your favorite game of all time.
That's like the first good game ever made. Yeah.
The first good game ever made. You know who had a better first 3D game? Sonic. Fucking no. Sonic Adventure is so much better than Mario 64.
All it has is more fucking anime people wandering around his stupid town. That's all it has.
It has a dope ass soundtrack. It has a dope ass cast of characters.
The soundtrack it doesn't count when you farm out your soundtrack to some fucking shitty band. Okay, that doesn't mean anything.
Band? Oh, okay, whatever. But you don't see fucking Mario taking on giant fucking kaiju monsters, listening to fucking rock music blaring.
Yeah, because that would be hokey and cringe. Okay.
No, it would not be. No.
It would be very cringe. But yeah. You know, the Sonic games famously don't have good music. You know, they just have to rely on bands.
Of course, definitely, yeah.
Yeah,
but one thing that the Sonic franchise consistently is known for is bad music.
Yeah, I will say though, even that terrible music is better than the music in this movie, which is also clearly some random band that they found, some like shitty like wannabe thrash metal or new metal or something. And it's awful. Every time it comes up, it's just awful and distracting. So
Yeah, I mean the only cool things in this movie we're pointing out whenever like iconic Resident Evil staples came up, like the mutated dogs, the lickers, and I think the most arguably the most iconic moment in Resident Evil happens in this movie, and it's the hallway sequence. Like that hallway sequence is arguably the most iconic, famous thing Resident Evil ever has done. Right?
Like, I don't know. I'd say some of those. I'd say scenes from the games are. That's the most iconic for the movies. I think it's fighting for that spot though with the bit where she kicks that fucking dog. So, which is a very fun moment. You know, that's really the highlights of this movie are like stupid action bits. You know, that they just have for a second.
And the mutated dogs were like the only monsters in the movie that actually looked good. Like they actually looked gnarly. You could see their skin melting off their bodies, and they were all bloody and grotesque, and you could see their bones and shit. But like that had to be practical, right?
It must have been, because when something's CGI, it looks like a fucking cartoon character. So like, it must be. So
the dogs are the only things that actually look convincing and good in this movie, and they do look good. They look terrifying in this movie.
Mm-hmm. And they chose like a pretty spooky type of dog too. Clearly, like a big Doberman or whatever. So
yeah,
they're fun.
No. Whoever did the special effects of the dogs did a good job, because they're creepy as hell.
Yeah, and then they fucked it up on the lickers, and they look terrible. They look like with their stupid brains hanging out. They literally just look like the ones from like 5 or whatever, you know,
right?
From one of the later games, but from one of the games.
Yeah, and the zombies are even worse. They're either like very like minimal effort to like a person in zombie makeup and shit, or the worst CGI you've ever seen in your life.
Yeah, I think it's cool they put the effort into like, oh, there's CGI that like to make it so they're actually missing pieces and it's not just like makeup on top of it that gives that sort of impression, you know? It has an effect, but like it does look bad and stupid. So.
The first CGI zombie you see, they fucking doing a close up, like when the zombie horde is closing in on our main gang. There's a close up of a zombie that's missing half their face, and it looks awful. It looks terrible.
It's very dumb looking, yeah. But you know, I mean, I'm glad they put the effort in at least a little, because that does make zombies look better in like newer things or things with better effects, you know. So
right.
I don't know. They had the right idea. Paul W.S. Anderson's all of his movies look like this somehow. Like all of these fucking Resident Evil and like the fucking, what's it called? The like Event Horizon movie that looks like this too. It's his signature style, you know, is to make it look like an advertisement for a video game with like really weird CGI.
Oh my god, there's a Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City. Is that live action?
I think so. I don't know if I want to watch that. I don't know if I want to bother. That might be like a Netflix. God. I don't remember.
And the guy who plays Leon Kennedy is Mexican for some reason. He looks nothing like him.
I don't know.
What?
They make all sorts of movies and stuff, you know. I mean, now this series is done. It has been done for a few years. I don't know if the last one's 2016 or something. So.
Yeah, Resident Evil, the final chapter, 2016.
Yeah.
So do they incorporate more like lore from the games as the movies go on?
I know Wesker shows up. I know Chris shows up eventually. Claire shows up. Like some of these random characters, they do show up and stuff.
Cool.
But I don't know. There's a weird thing where there is a guy named Spencer or Spence, they call him in the movie, with like the Spencer Mansion sorta, but he's just some guy who's named Spencer. He's like unrelated, so that's odd. I don't know. And there was like another character who had like a name that was associated with the series. I don't remember who it was though.
Yeah, we just have a guy named Redfield, just the name Redfield. And he has no relation to other characters.
Is that in the? I don't even know.
No, I'm just making that up. Okay. That'd be funny though.
It would be, yeah. Let me look up the fucking Wikipedia for this and see if I can find that character. I don't know. It's very strange though. It's very, very strange. I do like the running lore of this. I think she becomes like president at some point or something. Someone becomes president, I'm pretty sure. Or I might be mixing that up with like fucking with Saints Row or something. I don't know.
Whoa, Resident Evil Afterlife has a 4.6 out of 5 stars on Walmart. That's crazy.
Wow. Well, that's
the movie
pretty good.
Resident Evil 4.
Okay. That's not bad.
Yeah. So, like, does the second movie take place in Raccoon City if the first one, like, ends with them exploring?
Yeah, the second one I think is closer to the second game and stuff, you know?
Right.
Where they are, and I know that the third one's like Mad Max or something. It's like a really shitty Mad Max for no reason. I don't know why they did that, but yeah.
Right. They should just make Resident Evil movie that's more like the games, or they should make a Resident Evil game that takes place in the movie universe. Whoa, dude.
That'd
be crazy.
They could do that, I guess.
Dude, they could call it Resident Evil the movie, the game.
Yeah, get Mila Jovovich back to do
and
some voice acting.
They could do a movie of that game called Resident Evil the movie, the game, the movie.
Yeah. What would it be about?
It'd be, I don't know, but it'd be Resident Evil the game, the movie.
They should all be as different as they should all be as different from each other as this movie is from the first game.
Oh, that's even better, yeah.
It's just bullshit. Like, it's just whatever. There's just like random shit that's sort of similar.
Just cannibalizing itself over and over again, like AI models right now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they all turn yellow.
They all turn the Studio Ghibli Resident Evil movie.
Yeah. That could be fun on its own, you know?
Yeah, I think one day Hollywood should just run like a completed movie through AI and say, make this movie in Studio Ghibli, and then they should release it.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what they should do.
That's the point. Ghibli's obsolete now. They can fucking that guy everyone talks about, whatever his name was, he can go die now.
I think his name is Hiro Oda. That's his name.
Sure. I don't know. Miyazaki? That's the real one. This Miyazaki,
Yeah,
I think,
Miyazaki.
right? Yeah.
The guy.
He can go. He can finally die.
The guy behind Dark Souls.
Exactly. Yeah.
Can you believe the same guy behind the Dark Souls series also makes the Studio Ghibli movies?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's bizarre. Yeah. And also Smash Bros.
Yep. Smash
and
Bros.
Mario.
Mario 2.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Just Mario 2, though. Only the Japanese version of Mario 2, which of course is famously a different game than the American version of Mario 2. Did you know that?
What?
Did you know that?
There's Mario 2 is different in
Yeah, so what they did was, right, there was this game in Japan that Nintendo made called Doki Doki Panic. And they just sort of, because people didn't think that Mario 2 would sell well in North America because it was too hard. So what they did was they changed out all the sprites and stuff from Doki Doki Panic and just put Mario in it.
You're talking to a guy who usually spends like all his free time watching YouTube video essays and shit. So I know this.
Did you know gaming? Mario 2 was a different game. Did you know gaming?
Did you know that Mario's name was originally Jumpman? He debuted in he debuted in Donkey Kong as under the name Jumpman. His name is Jumpman.
Did you know Resident Evil is based on a Famicom game called Sweet Home?
What? Did you know Resident Evil is called Biohazard in Japan, and for Resident Evil 7, the subtitle Biohazard is a reference to that?
It's crazy. The depths of knowledge that you get. It's no one knows about these things.
And did you know that Resident Evil Biohazard is called Biohazard Resident Evil in Japan?
Did you know that Five Nights at Freddy's was only made because the Jim Sterling YouTuber said Chipper Sons was cringe?
Oh my god!
You know, these are some fun. I'm sure this is all new to our audience and stuff. I'm sure.
Yeah,
this is forbidden knowledge.
All three of them watching at this point.
Yeah, all three who haven't clicked off.
Blown.
Yeah. But What do you think about the action in this great film that we watched?
Well, action is about the only thing decent about the movie. The fight scenes are kind of like, well, fighting against the monsters and shit are kind of cool. That's pretty much the only good thing, because it's not a horror movie. There's nothing scary about this movie.
Yeah.
It's pretty much just action and weird sexual tension between the main character and the husband character.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's lots of slow-mo, like the Matrix they do.
Can we talk about the weird scene where she's having a flashback to her time with her husband, and instead of being like a sweet moment of like compassion and shit, it's just a sex scene? Like,
yeah.
I mean, wow, that's what your mind
That's
goes to.
R-rated, you know. They gotta use that R rating a little bit.
Yeah.
There wasn't that much gore in this. They could have pushed it further, you know.
Yeah, I could have seen more gore. Like, I think the hallway scenes should have been bloodier and gorier. Like, gut should have been spilling out and blood should have been spattering everywhere.
I want to see
again,
every cube that guy turned into. Yeah. So,
right.
That would have been great.
I assume the lasers cauterize the wounds as they cut through you. Probably, right?
Kind of. Well, you see the guy's hand, right? It sort of looks like that.
Yeah.
I like the bit where he does like a super pull up. He like pulls him. He does a pull up on the roof, and he fucking pushes his whole like torso and legs up and everything to dodge the one laser. Yeah. That's really good. Mm-hmm. And then just the fact that he really thinks that it's like a video game thing, and he'll be able to just dodge it, and then it just fucking they do all the lasers. I don't know why they wouldn't just start with all the lasers at once, you know? But yeah, they just
failed the QuickTime events. That's all it comes down to.
Yeah, really. It's very sad.
Skill issue.
Yeah.
But no, the hallway scene is like the one really cool scene in the movie. Even if the effects were kind of cheesy, it's still pretty cool to see them getting all sliced and diced in different ways.
Yeah. What about when they're on the train at the end and they fight the big cartoon monster man with his big tongue? I thought it was really funny when they open up the door and she's just got his tongue pinned down and he's fucking getting dragged along the tracks and he just catches on fire.
Yeah. I also think it's a bold choice to kill like 4 out of like the 8 like characters you have down there in one swoop.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have very many people to choose from for cool death scenes, and you kill 4 of them in one go.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's a bold film is what you can say about it.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah. I don't know. They should have what they should have done if they wanted to make it good was, I think, probably just write like decent characters, because I don't know these people's names. I don't remember any of them except for Mila Jovovich as Alice.
Yeah, I cannot recall any of the names.
One of them was Matt. I think that's the guy he's going to be Nemesis in the next one or whatever, I guess. So I think that's him, but I don't know. It's it's not very well written at all, because you don't care about these people.
Not at all.
I mean, did you like the bit where we're an hour in and they start explaining the concept of zombies to the audience and stuff?
Yeah.
The virus makes them angry. It brings them back from the dead, and it makes them really angry. It's like,
the little British girl that for some reason is like the facility's heart is talking about the virus and its creation.
Yeah, and she doesn't have like the normal like little British girl accent that you hear for like movies when they want a little British girl. She's got like a different one of the British accents, and it's like one that you usually hear like old people have in movies. So it's very strange to hear.
Very odd. Yeah, I don't like British people very much, so it's weird that they
yeah. Okay.
It's
That's
weird
rude.
that the heart of the facility is a little British girl.
Yeah, I'm sure she's in like all the rest of them too. I hope she shows up. The Red Queen. Why was she the Red Queen? Because that's like an Alice in Wonderland reference, probably.
Yeah.
She goes off with your head, but she didn't. I mean, someone did get her head cut off in this, but you know. But also, she was the queen bee because they were in the hive. You see. Yeah. They got these metaphors going, and it's a little odd, but
They really don't do much with the R-rated rating. Like, this movie, like, aside from the sex scenes and, like, frontal nudity, it seems like a PG-13 movie, aside from, like, that.
It probably could be, yeah. I think especially now it probably could be. Because there's a bit more blood, maybe, than like Five Nights at Freddy's or whatever. But I don't know.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, the ratings are very, very fluid nowadays and stuff, Like, there's quite a lot of blood in some of those PG-13, like, Marvel movies, honestly. So, I don't know.
Yeah, I wouldn't know because I'm not a cape shit watcher.
Yeah, you're you're uncultured, okay? And sheltered. Yeah. You haven't seen the top culture of the world, okay? It's like you might as well be missing like Homer's Odyssey in the Greek times, okay? It's a terrible.
Riddle me this. How long do you think it would take longer to fully catch up on the MCU than it would to fully catch up on One Piece?
Probably longer on One Piece, I'd guess, by quite a lot, honestly.
You think? Because you don't only have like multiple, like many movies to watch, but you have TV shows, fucking many hours of content. Like,
I'm gonna Google it, okay? How long to binge the entire MCU is 124 hours. That's as of a year ago, so maybe 130, we'll say. Let's say 135 because there's like at least one show in that time.
One Piece is like over 400 hours, so.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah.
Wait,
all of One Piece, 274 hours. Oh yeah, or 450. Jesus.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One Piece might be more worth it though than some of the later stage MCU stuff. I'm not sure.
Dude, why would you admit that as someone that doesn't want to check out One Piece? You're fucking.
Well, it's just because some of the stuff toward the end of what's it called is just not great. That's fine.
All of it's not great. It's
most of it's okay.
It's game shit. It's game shit.
Most of it's like 6, 7, 8 out of 10. Yeah, they average pretty good for the first half.
Right.
I don't know.
Whatever.
Yeah. They're all pretty good, except for the bad ones, But I'm sure isn't One Piece famous for its filler? I don't care.
Not if you read the manga. Not if you watch One Piece.
Well, you're not reading all that shit. I'm not reading.
What?
I'm not reading anything.
You are lame. If you watch, I'm watching One Piece right now. I'm catching up to where I am in the manga, and it is an infinitely better experience than the anime. You have two very good options available to you to get into the series. And
I'm waiting until Netflix makes their new anime, okay? I'll watch that one.
Alright, whatever.
Yeah, it'll be great.
But what if you include fucking MCU shows too? Because there's a lot of them.
That's included in the estimate. There's about 130. Yeah, it would only be like 50 for these movies. There's like 30 movies and they're like 2.5. Yeah, it would only be like 70 for these movies or something.
Right.
Wouldn't be that much for just the movies.
Yeah.
I mean, it is still a lot, but it's been 15, 20 years almost, so yeah. Are you excited for Fantastic Four: The First Steps?
No.
What?
I haven't watched a single superhero movie since Spider-Man 2.
Oh my god.
A few months ago.
That's so sad.
Yeah, I don't watch superhero shit.
You watched the fucking Lilo and Stitch remake, and that's way worse than any of them. So
yeah, that was pretty bad. That was pretty awful.
That's nothing. Well, I'm gonna look at your letterbox. I'm gonna shame you, okay, for the shit that you watch instead.
I haven't updated my letterbox in a good while.
Oh wow.
Minecraft is the last thing I had posted.
You posted the Plankton movie.
Oh yeah, Plankton. That was cool.
Well, you got Captain America on here.
Read my review.
What? Captain DEI, a brand Mew woke? What's the Mew for? What does that mean?
You wouldn't get it.
No, I don't. He's mewing. He's got a chin. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. You need to watch good movies, okay? You need to watch good films instead of bad films.
I need to update my letterbox more often. I need to amass a catalog on my letterbox.
You gotta rate everything you watch. I think it would be fun to do a One Piece movie review. One of the random ones or whatever.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Once I'm fully caught up, we're gonna watch a random One Piece movie. Me as someone who's fully caught up, and you as someone who knows nothing will review it. That
We
would
could
be
watch,
very
like, what's the first one on here? It's One Piece Film Red. I don't know what that even means. Sure, we could do that.
That one looks really good. I'm actually excited to watch that one once I catch up to it.
Yeah. It's got good reviews on here, so.
And none of the movies are canon, so like it's not going to ruin your experience at all once you actually get into it.
I mean, if the characters are good, then hopefully it'll work,
Yeah.
Yeah, but who knows? Maybe they're terrible. Maybe One Piece is secretly terrible, and no one's figured it out yet, and I'll be the one to reveal this.
There's a movie called One Piece with an exclamation mark, and the top comment is, "Where the fuck is Chopper? This is a joke."
What?
That's pretty good.
Chopper?
Chopper.
Like Shopper's Drug Mart?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, he does dish out drugs, so it would.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Chopper is a drug slinger. He dishes out drugs.
Well, that's not good.
Medical drugs, because he's a doctor.
Oh, just like, is he part of the Umbrella Corporation?
I believe so. Yeah, they revealed that in the newest arc, actually.
Okay. What did you think of Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2?
I haven't watched a single Hunger Games either.
What?
Yeah.
But they're so good.
Womp womp.
Wow. Womp womp.
Womp womp.
What was your favorite gun close-up in this film?
Oh wow, have you been keeping track of the gun close-ups? I haven't.
They did lots of them. I wrote it in my notes, so they were absurd how many gun close-ups they did.
Oh no, I wasn't like counting them.
When she was shooting all the dogs, and they did a close-up on her gun shooting like over and over and over. It was really funny. Yeah.
I wonder why.
Yeah, I guess I feel like more than Resident Evil, this is really taking a lot of cues from the film Aliens. Not the first one, but the second one, which is full of like jarhead idiot soldiers who are really annoying. And they fight a bunch of fucking monsters and stuff.
Right.
And it's really just trying to be that in like an old facility and stuff, so. But it's not as good as Aliens, which I'm not a huge Aliens fan, honestly. I think it's like an okay action movie, but significantly better than this, so,
I watched the first Alien movie a while back.
That's really good. That's like an almost perfect slasher kind of thing.
That was a great movie.
Yeah.
I can't wait to watch the others.
Yeah. Most of them are not as good as... I don't think any of them are that good compared to that one.
I heard Alien Roman is pretty good.
Romulus. That's pretty okay, yeah.
Roman?
No, it's called Romulus.
Roman.
That's just not what it's called, I mean, it could have been. It's pretty close, but, Because in the ship, in the movie, they go on a ship called Romulus.
Get your fucking hand down, Romulus.
What? I don't know what that means. I'm sorry, but yeah, I don't know. I need to watch Alien 3 and 4, And I watched Covenant. We did a review of Covenant. That was pretty good. That was the first review we did on this channel.
Wow.
Yeah. Did you watch that episode? What do you think of that episode of the Colonelcast?
I don't watch the ones other than the ones I appear on.
What? Wait, do you listen back to the ones you're on, but not any of the other ones?
Yeah.
That's odd.
That's what I do.
But you've already seen it though, because you were there.
No, I watched the only one of yours that I watched that I'm not on is your the one where you reviewed a movie by yourself with AI. That was hilarious. That was the funniest one you've ever uploaded.
I'm glad. Yeah, I'm glad someone enjoyed that, because that did not get a lot of clicks compared to the other ones, unfortunately. So I'm glad. I thought that was a fun bit. But yeah,
that was hysterical. I love that one. You should do more bits like that.
I don't know if I'll do another AI one, because I don't want to interface with that thing again. But it's a weird robot, but it was fun. They're not. I don't think you could, because they don't like opinions. They don't like having opinions on anything, which makes them very hard to deal with. No,
you had to finagle your way around them, for them to say anything of substance, and that was really funny.
It's and sort of the thesis of the whole thing was that this is pointless. It took me 4 fucking tries to get that to work.
Really?
Yeah, because when I would record it, right, I would record it through like OBS, but the site would go into Windows and change my microphone volume on its own.
Yeah.
And I couldn't make it not do that. So in the end, I had to like record it on my fucking phone. It was really annoying. So.
Oh,
yeah.
that's great.
Yeah, I had to record my side on the phone and stuff just to make my volume not like fucked up. So. It was really obnoxious, and I was like horribly tired of the whole concept by the time I finally finished it. But yeah, yeah. I don't know.
Classic.
Are there's really no good movies to be doing reviews of right now, honestly. That's why the next episode is going to be about a Slender Man movie from 15 years ago and not a new movie. So
we're gonna do Jurassic World, the new one that comes out.
That's maybe. We could. I mean, that's gonna be the only month where anything happens, because we're also gonna do Superman and Fantastic Four, and maybe not you, but the Colonelcast will. So
yeah,
you could come on and do Superman.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, if you want to join for Superman.
Probably not.
Wow, it's gonna be good. It's James Gunn.
More like James. Not fun.
Well, what are you, a fucking Snyderverse guy? My God.
Hold on. I gotta say that again. More like James, not fun.
I got it that time, It didn't hit the first time. I got it the second. That was pretty good. Yeah. Okay. The little noise the soundboard made, it just brought it all together. So thank you for that. Well, yeah, I don't know. Would you have liked this film more if it had Chris and Wesker and Jill from the first game?
Yeah, probably.
Even if they were like stupid and not really the same characters, though, they just had the names and looked kind of like them.
That would make it even better. Yeah.
I mean, because that I think that is their approach basically to any characters who do have the right name later on in the series, if I remember right.
Wesker is already a comically stupid character, so I don't really care what.
Well, I remember him being very faithful, actually, so that's gonna be great.
Oh, really? Okay,
I really hope he's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure he's like identical. So, I think I watched like 4 of these, but sort of half watched them on my phone at like my dad's house or something. So I don't know.
Yeah, Resident Evil 5 was like. It was good mostly because of Wesker. He was just so fun.
He's such a treasure in that game, and it's a shame that he's only in like the last 2 chapters of it. Really,
I remember us getting really pissed at the sequence where he's teleporting around the mansion and you have to track him down and kill him.
Yeah,
it's like he was so hard because he's always dodging your attacks. He's always fucking using shaves to disappear and reappear.
He's like, you can't hide forever. And and his voice sounds all like fucked up and modulated or something. It's really weird.
Right. Hated it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he would approach you and you would have like a split second to do some stupid fucking quick time event to attack him. And it was always something really stupid and out of left field.
Wow.
Like they would switch what buttons you had to press all the time. Sucks.
Yeah, that's I mean, it's an okay game, but I mean, those bits are not fun when it does stuff like that. I remember the final boss fight in the volcano is a little tricky and annoying at times too.
We also like another terrible boss fight was like the big slug that appeared in that basement, and like we put every single bullet, every single canister of gas into it, and like. It got to a point to where we used all our ammo and we were just waiting for new drops to spawn. It's like after a while the game just fucking pays you and drops more ammo for you.
Yeah, I want to say we did beat it, and I was on like my last bullet at one point. That was kind of, I don't know if that feels like something that was programmed in. Like if you're within like 5% of its health, and it just gives it to you or something. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
It's very odd. Yeah, that was not a fun boss fight. That was really awful to do.
That was like 2 hours of like
on this one fucking enemy, and we started watching videos to see if there was some trick, and there really wasn't. So I don't know.
That was awful.
Yeah. Would you rather watch this movie again or fight that boss again?
Probably watch the movie again because it'd be faster.
Yeah, probably. Honestly. Yeah.
Imagine doing that boss fight with an AI companion. Dude.
Yeah. God. Especially if you got like the Sesame AI that won't talk to you about movie opinions and stuff.
No, I mean like the game AI.
Yeah, I know, but if it was also like you tried to talk to it and it's like whoa there, you know?
Yeah,
it'd be fucking annoying.
Eventually they're gonna be programming AI NPCs that can talk to you and shit.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to be talking to someone in Skyrim and they go fuck it, like in the Skyrim remake, and they go, this response does not meet our content guidelines and stuff, and it's like
yeah,
wow.
And players will be like finagling around trying to get an NPC to say a slur like they did with Darth Vader and Fortnite.
And they'll succeed, but it'll be weird, and then they'll patch it out, and you know. You just know the first one to try to do that is going to plug in like ChatGPT, and it's just going to be stupid and terrible. So,
right,
I can't wait. But yeah,
they should just like remove all like sensors and guidelines from AI. See what happens.
I think you can get ones that don't have any and stuff. You know, you can just like set one up on your own PC. So. Yeah,
but like, what, you have to be some type of nerd to do that.
Yeah, I'm surprised like 4chan doesn't have like their version that's evil or something, you know. And Twitter has one, but theirs is woke no matter what they try to do to it. So
oh my god, yeah, it's hilarious how Elon tried to make a fucking bot that's like responds to his political ideologies, and it became woke.
Yeah, it just like pulls from Google, which makes it like automatically woke because it's just pulling from like news sites and stuff that like report reality more so than like their specific thing that they wanted to say.
The AI had like some bug for a while where he would respond to like unrelated prompts of shit about white genocide.
Yeah. The reason for that, actually, it was not Elon telling it to just talk about white South Africans, apparently, which was the theory, but which seems it's almost too good to be true though that he would do that, I think. So
right.
And the reason though is because they just set up like a GitHub for it, and anyone could just submit fucking whatever, and whoever was on the other end would just say yeah and put it into the real AI. So someone was like, yeah, just submitted like a thing that was like, hey, only change in this new request here, just make it talk about white South Africans and stuff, and it did. So. And they just approved it. Great. Which is it's so weird. Yeah, I don't know why they're running it like that, but yeah, it's very funny. There's all the nonsense that happens online now.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah,
we should make AI that's specifically trained to be a good AI co-host.
Yeah, we should make AI Albert Wesker.
We should make AI Florian Hemsel so he can come onto the podcast in his stand.
We could do, yeah. There's plenty of dialogue to train him on and stuff. So,
right, hundreds of hours worth of Florian content out there.
Yeah, he's very prolific. So there's tons we could do. I don't think he'd care for that though, because he does not like the AI stuff at all. So
yeah, no, I can't blame him. I don't like AI either, unless it's doing something funny.
Yeah, you know.
AI is only good when it's being used for something funny.
Yeah, and it's yeah. I don't know. It's often not very funny. I think like those Ghibli memes are not funny. I don't think. I thought they were very annoying and lame. But
you don't think it's funny when the official White House Twitter account posts a Ghibli meme of a Mexican being deported?
No, I don't. I don't think that was particularly funny. No. It's maybe in a dark, ironic sort of way where it's very it's just like, oh, of course this is where we are now, you know, that sort of thing. So, but you know, it's not great. It's very boomer. It all feels like boomer stuff when you see AI things, you know.
Right. Yeah.
It's like it's being made just to pump out like Facebook slop and stuff. Always.
Boomers love AI memes.
I'm sure they do. Yeah.
Oh, so. Dude, this is no joke. Like an uncle of mine received a AI calendar for a birthday once, and it was a calendar of AI generated pictures of Trump doing funny things.
Yeah. My God.
Yeah. It was actually a 12-month calendar that showed AI pictures of Trump doing shit. Like,
yeah.
And he liked it because he's a fucking boomer.
He's reposting all sorts of AI stuff. He reposted like AI Trump supporter Taylor Swift or some shit. So I don't know. Retruthed on Truth Social.
So true.
Yeah, I do think it would be very funny to be like an 80-year-old man and you're just retweeting like memes people are making about you and stuff. That would be a very interesting situation to be in. But
Right.
yeah.
So when are we gonna join Truth Social?
Not anytime soon, I don't think. Not me anyway.
Oh.
Yeah.
You remember when there was another like alt-right Twitter competitor?
There's Gab.
Competitor? There's Getter. And way back it went in like 2020,
Getter.
2021. Yeah, there was a website called Getter. It was like a right-wing Twitter competitor back when Twitter itself wasn't alt-right.
I've never heard of Gitter. I've heard of Gab, but that's
Oh no, Getter is where it's at.
yeah. I don't know. It's weird because there's like well now we have a whole all of the Twitter like alternatives are all right-wing and stuff except for Blue Sky.
Right?
And also Twitter itself is. So Blue Sky's like but Blue Sky's like no fun because everyone's kind of like 30-year-old like millennials who are very uptight about things. So I don't know. There's no good site anymore.
Yeah.
They're all bad.
That's why I stick to scrolling through Instagram Reels all day.
Oh god, I would not.
Dude, Instagram Reels are so
I'd rather
good.
be on TikTok than Reels, honestly, I must say.
Reels are the best. There's so many gems that I find every single day.
No good. It's just no good.
I think they're good.
Maybe, but I don't know. I don't like Insta. I've always fucking hated Instagram. It's always seemed like it's just a stupid platform. I just can't enjoy. I don't know. And everyone in my school, for the whole time I was in school, they were all on Instagram, and that was the only way you could get a hold of any of these people. None of them ever made Discord, so now I just don't talk to any of them. So it's tragic. It's really sad. But you know.
Oh wow. So you just happened the One Piece movie you happened to pick to be the one that we review, like on a whim, happens to be the most well received one.
Oh, okay. Well, I could do that one then.
Yeah, let's do that one. Hell yeah.
Why is it called One Piece Film Red and not just One Piece Red?
Well, I'm guessing because it's a movie that features red hair Shanks as a primary focus of the movie.
But why film red? We know it's a film. You know anything is a film before you watch it if it's a movie, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's also probably not on film. It's probably on fucking digital entirely, so just not true.
Bum bum bum.
Yeah. But anyway, Resident Evil. Are you excited for the setup at the end of this film where they set up Raccoon City?
I guess so, yeah.
I guess so. I don't remember how much they do in the city or how much they spend like in an underground like hospital or something. I don't know.
Right.
I don't remember them doing a ton of like super crazy city things. I think they hang out in a church for like half the movie, so I don't know.
What?
We'll see.
Based in religion film, Resident Evil, famously a religious series.
Yeah, and then the lickers eat them in the church or something. I don't know.
Oh no.
Yeah, but we'll see. We'll see how it is.
Yeah, we'll see next time when we review Resident Evil 2, the movie. Not the game.
Except not actually next time, because next time we're doing probably Batman, whatever Batman thing we landed on, and then we'll do the Marble Hornets movie.
Hell yeah.
Hartsy, you should come on for the Marble Hornets episode.
Yeah, maybe.
Because you're a big fan of Marble Hornets.
Yeah, I am. So
yeah, but we're doing the movie though, not the famous show. Where we got to do the movie. Always watching.
All right, yeah, I'm down for that one.
All right, we could do that. That could be great. Hell yeah.
Right. Thanks for listening, everyone. This has been fucking Resident Evil review, Purple Colonelcast.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.